Hey, one more thing before you go. This is Over the Teacup Sunday, September 25th, 2022. Sorry that we're a little bit late getting this episode out. Diane and I were celebrating our 33rd wedding anniversary this weekend. Happy anniversary, honey.
Happy anniversary.
But we still want to talk to you about one of our favorite subjects, our favorite pastimes, the fall 2022 TV season, which has officially begun. The top 5 networks have already begun ushering in our returning favorites, as well as some premiering of new shows that are coming out. Some of them are very exciting. Some of them, which were based on old shows, which I think we're both kind of excited about that, aren't we, Diane?
Yes.
Um,
The one
it's
we've
good.
already watched.
We got a couple we've already watched. This conversation will be a little one-sided, is because we're only going to talk about our favorites. Although there's a multitude of TV programs that are going across all the platforms, not just the major networks, but the streaming networks as well.
We would be here forever if we talked about all of them.
We would. And the ones we talk about may or may not be one of your favorite on your list, but if you're a fan of these shows, that's fantastic. If you're not a fan, hopefully you will be after we discuss a little bit about them. So let's jump right into the new TV season. I'm your host, Michael Hirsch, and I'm here with my lovely wife and co-host, Diane.
Good morning or afternoon.
Happy Happy Sunday. Welcome to
Happy
One
Sunday.
More Thing
We'll
Before
just go with that.
Welcome to One More Thing Before you go over the Teacup Sunday. Hey, welcome back again. We're only going to touch on the ones that we are really involved in that are on the major networks. If you want a full list, I'll provide a link to the fall TV preview for your convenience. That way you can go and check out when yours are going to be on. But the big 5 broadcast networks began rolling out their fall TV lineup last week, and there's still plenty of shows yet to make their debut, so you have time. Again, we'll talk about it here in a second, but I'm excited about this fall.
Yeah. There's some that I don't know about you, but I may have to watch the finales of some of them because it seems like it's been forever.
On some of them, yeah, it's just like the Orville. When we were doing, watching the Orville,
Yeah.
the Orville was like took forever for the Orville to come back, and it was almost like losing.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were gone for 2.5 years.
I want to say 2.5 years. Yeah.
Yeah, almost 3 years.
Might be a little off, but I think it was about 2.5 years. That was hard.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But then again, there's also others that we didn't have a chance to catch up on last week. We'll talk about those coming up here as well. Like we still need to catch up with Big Sky, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. We're a season behind.
Way behind. Way behind.
But too many things going on.
Season got Reba in it, so.
Oh yeah, and it's also got Jason Ackles from one of my favorite shows, Supernatural. Mine and Nikki's.
Yeah.
He's going to be in there. He's in The Boys as well. I don't know. Watching him in Supernatural for, I don't know, 12 seasons, 13 seasons, I think it is. I say I'm a fan and I don't know how many seasons it was. I just watched them. I wasn't, it was really kind of a bizarre watching him in his character on The Boys. I'm interested to see how he's going to play out in Big Sky. I think it's going to be kind of a unique little twist, from there. But yeah, we need to catch up on that one too. Well, you ready to kick it off? We'll kick it off with what we've already seen and some things that have come up. CBS kicked off right off the bat. They kind of jumped the ball in front of everybody. And Monday, September 19th, we were able to watch a crossover, NCIS and NCIS Hawaii. Mm-hmm. I'm a fan of NCIS. I have been for every season since the beginning. It's kind of changed a little bit since we've lost so many characters that were beloved to all of us fans of NCIS, including Mark Harmon, who was like the anchor to that show. But the NCIS Hawaii, we have become really good fans of that ever since Hawaii Five-0 took off. So you watched NCIS with me occasionally. What'd you think of that crossover?
I've watched NCIS with you in and out over the years. I I pretty much know the characters. I just haven't really seen every
Yeah.
episode. I liked it. I thought they did a great job. I thought there was, you know, a couple of twists maybe, but um, yeah, I mean, it didn't, you know, it wasn't like jumping out at you like, oh my gosh, that was a fantastic
Okay.
premiere. But it was
Well,
good.
and I think that some of the other now look, here's the deal: we're not trying to dissuade you from checking out your shows,
No.
because it still was a great crossover. I like it when they do crossovers like that because it shows that it's not just NCIS, it's not just NCIS Los Angeles, it's not just NCIS Hawaii. That is a collective group of individuals that are stationed all across the United States, and they do come together to work on cases here and there. And it's NCS Hawaii in one of our favorite places of all time.
Yep.
But anyway, they premiered on what day did they premiere? They premiered on
You said the 19th.
the 19th. Also on the 19th, which we kind of we were really big fans of The Voice, and then we kind of dropped off for a little bit, and then when Ariana Grande came in and Kelly Clarkson would come in as judges. I really enjoyed that. I think you enjoyed it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah,
When Kelly's been on it for a while, but then when
yeah.
Ariana was good, they're both off of it now.
Both
So
off of it now, and they changed it. So
yeah.
I don't know if we're going to catch up with The Voice or not. What we typically do, and we're not recommended you do that. This is just what Diane and I do. The Voice, what we'll kind of do is wait till they get to like the top 15 or 20,
Hmm.
and then we'll start watching. And
Yeah.
instead of sitting there for 2 hours and kind of weeding through all that talent, we wait until we get the really good talent, then we come in. But one of my favorite series premiered, kind of an offshoot, on the same night, and that was Quantum Leap.
Hmm.
I'm a huge fan.
Both The Voice and Quantum Leap on NBC.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did I say that? I missed that.
You kind of.
I missed it. I'm sorry, NBC. Don't get mad at me. If you want to come talk to me, come talk to me, and we'll talk about it. Um, but Quantum Leap, as you know, I've been a fan from
Mhm.
the beginning of Quantum Leap. That was
Well,
one of
we
my
watched it. We watched it together back in the day.
We did, and in fact, I have all 5 seasons of the original Quantum Leap. I
Hmm.
have all 5 seasons of it, and I watch it like when I'm relaxing or trying to take a break. I will give my eyes a break and my arms a break, my hands a break. I go up and watch Quantum Leap, the old ones.
Hmm.
So I was kind of leery about whether or not the new one was going to kind of take a hold, but I like how they've integrated some of the old into the new. The premise
Yeah.
is still the same. It's about, Sam Beckett helped create this program that would allow him to leap into different time areas,
Timeline.
eras,
Timelines.
timelines, and eras. And this was also by one of my favorite guys that was in NCIS, New Orleans, which they canceled, Scott Bakula. And the fact that he basically got lost, and the series finale of that was he was still jumping from timeline to timeline in other people's bodies, basically, and helping to correct the timeline, so to speak, for something that was a wrongdoing. And they haven't really touched back on it. So the new Quantum Leap, they kind of pick up where Sam Beckett left off, and they went, "Hey, let's see if we can find out where he went." And then all of a sudden, he kind of gets stuck in the same time loop, jumping from body to body.
The new guy who's
The new
not Sam.
guy, the new guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's not Beckett.
he is
He's
not.
right.
And he gets stuck. They've kind of reinvigorated, like I said, to find Sam Beckett and see if they can locate him. And they kind of he gets stuck in the same kind of a time loop where he's jumping from person to person, timeline to timeline, different years, different decades, and things like that. So I liked it. I liked it. The new
I,
one, the
I
premiere was pretty good.
yeah, I liked it a lot. It was
Yeah.
really good.
We also on September 21st, ABC premiered the new seasons of The Connors, The Goldbergs, Home Economics, Abbott Elementary and Big Sky. We have watched the Connors, the Goldbergs, Home Economics, and Big Sky as regular viewers. We're not new to those programs.
Right.
We're still got to catch up on a season of Big Sky. We've not watched Abbott Elementary, but I want to.
Yeah, I think we've seen like bits and pieces of it. But I don't know why we didn't get into that one yet, but they seem to really be, I mean, it's kind of huge after the Emmys.
I think we were protesting the fact that they had canceled Schooled,
Yeah,
which
it's
we were a
kind of,
fan of Schooled, and it's like, well, why did
yeah,
you cancel Schooled? The Schooled was good and it was getting good. So I think that maybe that's why we didn't watch it. But after what they did, and we found out what they did with their Emmy budget, and they gave it to teachers instead of spending it on advertisement for "Vote for Me, Vote for Me."
hmm
I think that, and it's based on, the creator is based on her mother's experience actually as an elementary school teacher. So
yeah,
I think that that's something that we're going to start watching, I believe. And of
yeah.
course, once we get caught up on Big Sky, it's going to be good. The
It was
Goldbergs.
it was commendable of Abbott Elementary to do that. That to give all their marketing money to teachers for supplies.
Yeah, exactly. I think so too. The Goldbergs, they kind of shut the door on Dad all of a sudden disappearing from last season, and they had that big incident that took place, and where he kind of was let go from the
Hmm.
cast, the father, the guy that played the father. I don't remember his name. Forgive me, but the whole last season, they just said he was on a convention. He's at a convention. He's at a furniture convention. He was here. He was there. He never showed back up, and then they kind of photoshopped him in, during the
Yeah,
weddings, and they
yeah. During.
photoshopped him in during the graduation,
Hmm.
so to speak.
Yeah,
But they kind of dealt with that, and that was kind of sad, saying that he passed away unexpectedly. And
you don't give it away.
well, rewind this and close your ears, and we'll go past it.
We're trying spoilers. It's really hard to talk
So
about TV and not do spoilers.
it is.
Really
Home.
hard.
I should put a disclaimer on there. We may talk about something that you haven't seen yet. So if you haven't seen something in the name that we've said, please stop this, go back and watch it, and then come back and finish listening to us or watching us. Um, Home economics,
So fun.
they did pretty well. They did a pretty good job with coming back.
Yeah.
They kind of picked up where they left off, and I think that that's going to create some new storylines with
Mhm.
what they come up with. Um, Big Sky, again, as we said earlier, dying to catch up to last
Yes.
season before we hit this season because we were so involved and invested in that TV program, and it just kind of we lost it in the beginning. We almost didn't watch it because
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I'm not giving anything away because it's been on, but in the beginning, very beginning of the Big Sky, they killed off this main character in the first episode.
The first episode, I was
Yeah,
so mad. Like, okay, I'm not watching this damn show
it's
anymore. It's
like yeah,
stupid. That's
exactly.
dumb. Why do you do that? They totally advertised. That's what was getting people to watch, I think, was because this particular actor was in it. And we wanted to see him because we hadn't seen him in anything in a long time. And thought, oh great, he's in a good show, or he's in a new show. This is gonna be great. And then he's gone in the first episode. I thought, what is happening? But it got a lot. It really picked up. It really really picked up. It's a great show. I don't know how we got so behind on it, but we did. And
Life,
um,
life got
yeah.
us behind.
And
So many things
I'm
going on.
not really sure how we're going to catch up because now the holidays are coming upon us. And anyway,
We're going to do
yeah,
our best. Is what we're going to
yeah.
do. Fox, if you're a fan of Fox and any of their shows, I think on Fox, pretty much the only thing that we really watch, their animated comedy lineup's coming back. Bob's Burgers, which we used to watch, and we
Mm,
kind of lost interest in that. But one of your favorite, The Great North,
I
is going to
love this.
premiere September 25th, which is today.
Yay.
Same thing with The Rookie. The Rookie's coming on tonight for its fifth
Oh,
season.
I'm so
Uh,
excited.
but Fox also's got The
But
Great North.
that's ABC. Let's not mix
Uh,
those up.
yeah, I'm not going to. I was going to say Fox has also got The Great North,
Mm,
which is you're a big fan of The Great North. I
yeah.
am a medium fan of The Great North.
Yeah.
I'll watch it. I'm involved. I know who the characters are. I know what they're doing. But I mean, you really you're invested in those characters on
I'm
the Great North.
invested in Great North. Yes.
And that stars one of our. I mean, he's a great comedian. Married to always forget her
Megan Mullally.
name. Megan Mullally.
Right.
Um,
And she's in it too. She voices a character in that
she
too.
does, and they have a great podcast together. And they call
Yes.
it In Bed with. It's in bed.
It's in bed with them.
In bed
Why
with.
why do I forget his name?
Yeah, I just watched him on a one of those Find Your Roots things where
Yeah,
he
that was a good
literally went.
episode.
Yeah, it was a really good episode. So anyway, now let's move on to ABC, the Rookie, as we said. And we've talked about the Rookie before on our show. We're
Mhm.
fans of the Rookie because I personally, well, in law enforcement family, we are, and we like the way that they're portrayed as human beings, not just cops, not just
Mhm.
out there breaking, catching bad guys. They have personal lives and they are integrated and they're human beings and they have compassion and they cry and they get scared and they kind of shows us as real people
Mhm.
is what happens. So we really like the Rookie, and they're competing for this Sunday because it used to be on Friday nights and they had a pretty good following. And then when they moved them to Sunday, there was some little bit of dip in the ratings, but then the ratings started coming back. And I think because they're competing with them, they're having to create some pretty wild timelines.
Yeah.
So some of the things that they're doing last season when they ended it, I wasn't really impressed with. It's like why are you guys doing this? I mean, I think you're just trying to create more drama that really is unnecessary. Um, but now that it's kind of back on track, I'm excited to see what's going to happen and where it's going to take it and what the direction is. It's got
Yeah.
some neat spoilers for some characters that continue to cause problems for Nathan Fillion's character and the crew, basically. So I'm anxious to see what's going to happen with that.
Yep. It's gonna be good.
And I mean, you're not that much into a lot of cop shows
No,
anyway.
not really.
But Niecy Nash, who was on, was it the last two or three? Was the last two or three episodes of The
Three or
Rookie?
four, I think. I mean, we got a
Yeah.
really good um I can't think of the word I'm trying to think of. We really got to know her as a character on the last season of The Rookie. So she was on for I think at least 3 or 4 episodes. But
Yeah, you might be right.
that they're doing a spinoff
They are
with
doing a
her.
spinoff. It is called
Rookie Fed.
Rookie Feds.
Hmm.
She's a Fed, and she's a rookie, of course, and she showed up on The Rookie with Nathan Fillion, and
Hmm.
kind of to help investigate something because of her expertise.
Yeah.
And she is one of the oldest people to go through the FBI National Academy, and which I can tell you that is from law enforcement perspective, that is the premier academy to go through anyway. And she's supposed to be the same principal as Nathan Fillion's character. He's like the oldest guy that went through the
The oldest
academy,
rookie.
and
Right.
the oldest rookie, and she's the oldest Fed rookie now. And they brought her on. She was able to help solve this huge thing, so they gave her a spinoff, and now she's got that, and that is going to premiere on Tuesday, September 27th.
Mhm.
So that's kind of I'm looking forward to checking that out as well. I know you. I'm a fan of Niecy Nash, like from Reno 911.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, but
I I love Nisi.
well,
I think she and I could be buddies. She's so fun. I
I,
just
I,
love her.
I like her in. It's not Name That Tune. Is that Name That
No,
Tune?
no, no.
No.
No, it's
So Niecy Nash is currently. I like her in the Don't Forget the Lyrics.
yeah,
It's a great game show that is on there. I like her in that.
yeah.
I'm still kind of. She's still to me. Just this is just my opinion. To me, she's just a little over
Over
the
the
top. It's hard to hear her through a whole series as a lead character. I'm not sure how that's going to go, but we'll see. I'm going to give it a chance, though.
yes.
I want to give it an opportunity. Um, Let me see. Then Tuesday also marks the season premiere of NBC's La Brea.
Yes.
which I
Oh,
can't.
that's the one we have got to go back and watch.
Yeah,
It feels like it's been a year and a half. I don't think it's been that long, but I literally don't remember what happened. We almost didn't watch the show, but oh my god.
yeah.
If
La Brea's.
not watch
I
La Brea, watch La Brea.
and the actor that the one of the main actors within that we used to watch in The Detour,
Yeah.
and she was really good in The Detour.
The
So
tour was really, it was funny, and it was kind of dirty. It was dirty funny, and she was really great in that. And then this is a
yeah.
totally different character, and she's still really good in it.
She's totally good at it. She's, in
I don't,
fact, it's and for those of you that don't know what it is, La Brea is basically a section of California where the La Brea tar pits were, are not were.
or
To them, it's were,
yeah.
are. It basically collapses into a huge sinkhole, and it drops out everybody that was in that little section. It drops them 10,000 years in the past, where
Mm,
the La Brea tar pits started. So what you see is all these people trying to survive now back in a prehistoric time period and trying to make their way home. And there's a connection between home and there. And there's other people who have been there and come back. And then everybody thought they were crazy,
yeah.
kind of a
Then the-
thing. Yeah. So it's actually really good. You need to check out La Brea. That's one thing that's going to be happening.
yeah.
It's going to make a really good deal. The start of September 29th marks the return of CBS comedies Young Sheldon and Ghost.
Hey.
Both of those are really near and dear to our hearts. We've watched Young Sheldon from the beginning,
Yes.
but now the kids are creating a whole new set of problems because both of the children, as we all do, reached puberty. So
The two twins,
the
Sheldon and
twins, yeah,
but his older brother has gotten into
older
lot of
brother's
trouble,
got in a lot of trouble.
lot of trouble.
In fact, there's some new characters that were brought into there, and I love Grandma Annie Potts.
And he,
Um, Everybody needs a grandma like Annie Potts.
yes,
I mean,
she's
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 just
the
a
best.
cool, quintessential grandma that, yes, she's proud of who she is, where she's come from, what she's doing. And reality is she's a cool grandma.
Yeah, she's very different than your regular idea of
Yeah.
grandma.
It's really, um, I'm going to keep IMDb open just in case.
Might be a good idea.
But yeah, it's really, the kids obviously are coming into puberty. So that's going to create a whole new set of issues for everybody. And then, of course, his brother. Um, if you haven't caught up with Young Sheldon, we don't want to give everything away.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Spoilers. But
Just
obviously, there's some issues that have developed, and hopefully, they're going to get resolved. And
mhm,
within the and Emily Osmond has joined the
mhm.
cast, which is really kind of a cool addition as well, because she was in a couple other shows that we were watching. I don't know
Yeah.
why they canceled them. They were
Uh,
fantastic shows.
the show that was she was the lead in was really cute. I can't remember if it was on Netflix or where it was at, but I love that show,
Yeah,
and
yeah, it
I
was
think
really
it only
good.
went one or two seasons maybe.
And they were waiting for me, Noel, and it just never came about. So, and how about Ghost? I mean,
No, I
I
love
think we're
those.
running a little long here.
If
Um,
if you have not started watching Ghosts, watch Ghosts.
we almost didn't
Yeah.
watch Ghost, but in reality, had to. It's kind of one of those shows that, for those of you who haven't seen it yet, it's on CBS, and basically, this couple decides to buy a. Uh,
Well, she inherits it.
she inherits it. I'm sorry. She
Yeah.
inherits an old mansion and property from a relative that passes on. And when they get in there, an incident takes place, and she can see ghosts. And the house is full of ghosts, and
They
it's
are
full.
so funny.
Yes,
They're
and
so funny.
and it's a multitude of ghosts from
Oh,
different eras, different time frames, and basically they're all living in the house together like friends
yeah.
through the time periods. And she can hear them, she can see them, she can interact with them. Her husband thinks she's crazy.
Well, at
It's
first, but then he realizes it is for real. He just can't see them or hear them.
yes, but
Yeah.
from what I have seen of the previews, the
Mhm.
possibility may come up.
Yay.
They've got a new show, a new series coming up at the same time, premiere on September 29th as well. It's called So Help Me Todd, and it's a talented PI agrees to work as the in-house investigator for his mother, who is reeling from a recent dissolution of her marriage. It's got stars Skylar Aston,
Mm,
who
mm-hmm.
we loved in Zoe's
So
Extraordinary
he's
Playlist, as
yes,
well as the Pitch Perfects.
yeah, pitch perfect.
Through all that,
Yeah.
Tamas Kudrow and Marcia Gay Harden.
Oh, good.
I've seen some previews for it, and it looks really, really good. So I think that we should
This is
go.
the first I'm hearing of it. I have never even heard of it.
Yeah,
So,
we I just saw it like 2 or 3 days ago.
yay.
So yeah, we need to see that. We need to watch it. Sunday, October 2nd, The Equalizer. It's one of my favorites. I was not going to watch it in the beginning, but I kind of got hooked on it, and it has grown on me now.
Mhm.
And it stars Queen Latifah and a whole crew of individuals. I watched The Equalizer way back when I was a kid. We used to have a program called Equalizer, and it basically is a ex CIA agent that goes around and helps others.
Were you
Who was I a kid?
were you a kid when that was on? I think that was like the 80s, wasn't it?
I'm always a kid. Might be the 80s. Yeah.
I think it was the 80s.
When I was younger, we'll
Yeah.
rephrase it. When I was younger, I watched the original Equalizer, and then of course they made a couple of movies in between, and then Queen Latifah took it over. And I was a little concerned about, okay, is this going to work or not? But in actuality, it really does. Friday, October 7th is SWAT, which is one of my favorites, also from the cop perspective. I love it. I think it still gives me that adrenaline rush that I think you've watched me watch it a couple of times, where I'm sitting on the edge of the couch,
You,
going.
you do get that adrenaline rush.
Yes, I do.
I don't watch.
Uh, and they've got a new one premiering on there called Fire Country, and it stars an individual that used to be on the SEAL Team
Mm-hmm.
crew, which I used to watch. SEAL Team is now on Paramount Plus, which they've just renewed and their season just premiered on Paramount Plus. SEAL Team, so you need to watch that if you're a SEAL Team um, fan. Sunday, October 9th, NCIS Los Angeles.
Yay.
As Bugs Bunny says, Los
Los
Angeles.
Angeles.
Um,
Angeles.
So NCIS Los Angeles. I mean, you've been a fan of the NCIS New Orleans,
New Orleans.
NCIS Los
Los Angeles.
Angeles, and
Hawaii.
Hawaii. You still
Mhm.
weren't really a big fan of NCIS itself, which actually started all the other ones.
Oh, I know. I think I was just watching other things. What NCIS itself's been on for what, 17, 18 years? I mean,
Yes.
there was time I was going to school, I was working full time. I mean, I didn't really have a lot of
Yeah.
time to watch. So,
Well, hopefully the NCIS Los Angeles
mhm.
premiere is going to be just as because I know they left it off with some things that were really they used the last season. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, you need to watch it.
Mhm.
This last season, they integrated some technology that is actually very scary
Yeah,
because it's real. It can happen. It is happening,
and
and
it will havoc.
it
It
will
can.
create chaos,
Yeah.
chaos and havoc. It could really
Yep.
flip the switch on so many things. And in reality, they've done it on here, but in reality, well, we
It's real.
saw it. We saw a prime example of it on AGT,
AGT. Yeah. America's Got Talent.
where
Yep.
they had somebody that swapped faces and were able to
Were
talk. And
great. They were great.
exactly, they swapped faces with other people, and you couldn't tell the difference.
Doing it for entertainment, it works
It
great.
works great.
The fact that it's out there in reality in the real world, and if you go into if it gets used in politics and things like this, that is going to be a scary
It's going
thing.
to be a scary thing. Yeah. There's any kind of politics, world politics on the
Anything. Oh,
world stage.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I could really. I mean, there's some little conniving. You can see what I'm probably thinking, but there's some ways that it could be used very usefully. But uh,
We there.
yeah, there's some things that I say, okay, I would do this with it. um, hold people accountable for actions, so to speak.
Yeah. Hmm.
Friday, November 4th, NBC premieres Lopez versus Lopez. It's a new program with George Lopez. We haven't seen him
Yeah,
on TV for a long time.
I had no idea. I had no idea he was coming
Yeah.
back.
I just, when I was doing my research, I just found that out myself, actually. He's been off TV for quite some time. He has done some comedy specials, but his comedy was a little controversial.
Hmm.
Um, but apparently, he's got a new show, Lopez versus Lopez, which I'm sorry I don't have any details in regard to that because I literally just saw that myself today. And then, of course, Young Rock is going to premiere back on there, and that's at The Rock. He is basically it's his life story. He kind of narrates it himself. He stars in it along with a multitude of other characters that talk about his family life, his home life, his how he became a pro wrestler from pro wrestling into acting.
It's a
And
sitcom.
it's a
It
sitcom, yeah, yeah.
it sounds like a documentary almost, but it's a sitcom.
Well,
And
and is
he
Dwayne Johnson. I mean,
yeah, he jumps into it jumps around a lot. It jumps around a lot into different eras of his life. So it's kind of sometimes it can be hard to
a little
follow.
confusing sometimes because
Yeah.
it'll go. It doesn't really follow a timeline.
No.
You know, it'll go from young, like 8, 9 year old Dwayne Johnson to 22-year-old Dwayne Johnson, and then back to 15-year-old Dwayne Johnson sometimes. But
Mm-hmm.
we'll see what happens. You know, see whether or not he
I like
continues
it.
that. I like it too.
Yeah.
It really is, and it shows his humor because he's what he's saying is the truth.
Yeah.
But you kind of see, well, man, I can relate to some of that. So, and then I want to jump over to CW really quick. I don't know if you don't watch any of these shows, but as a shout out to the ones that I do watch, DC Stargirl, I just started watching that. I think that I've just started watching it, but they just going to premiere the new one October 5th for the new season. So I've got a lot of catching up to do. But it's actually really good. It's integrating a lot of DC Empire within it. So if you get the opportunity to watch DC Stargirl, I think check it out. And Kung Fu. Kung Fu is October 5th as well. It will premiere. I don't know if you ever watched the original Kung Fu with David Carradine.
Me?
Have
No.
you?
No.
I was a fan of the original Kung Fu, David Carradine. I think I told you this when I started to watch this. I wonder how they were going to implement this or portray it. I watched the one with David Carradine religiously because I was a fan, and
Mm-hmm.
especially after I heard that Bruce Lee's actually the one that it was his idea in the first place, and he kind of got screwed out of it.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
yeah, so but I liked it, and I wasn't sure how this was going to work because it's a whole new generation of the principles of kung fu, and it integrates the past and the present and magic, and I mean it
Hmm.
really yeah it's pretty cool actually. I think that it has grown on me in such a way that I am a fan, and if you haven't seen it yet, I would recommend it. Um, and then Walker. Walker is a remake of Walker Texas Ranger, which I won't say grew up with, but yes, when I was younger, Walker Texas Ranger was a staple of my TV watching uh, time, and
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure how that was going to work either because it stars the other guy from Supernatural that I really enjoyed during Supernatural, and I wasn't sure how he was going to play Walker Texas Ranger, but and they've had some pretty far out. I think I've told you. I went, man, they did this with Walker Texas Ranger. I'm going, I don't know what the hell they did. You know, is why did they even do that? And it makes absolutely no sense. And this would not happen, and so forth. But that's
But
just,
okay,
that.
let's be honest. You do that with most cop shows.
Yeah, but
There
this one's
there
really
are
kind
times,
of far fetched in some things.
even in the cop shows we like a
Yeah.
lot and love and everything, there are times when you're like, wait a minute, that would never happen. You know.
Or they would do it this way or do it that way, or yeah, yeah. There are. I will say that, but there really is some things on Walker that just kind of go, wait a minute. And they've got a new one that's coming out because apparently all the networks are doing this. They're putting out a prequel for it's called Independence, and basically it's a prequel to Walker and
Mm-hmm.
how that whole family kind of grew and how they grew into becoming the Texas Ranger and known within the Texas Ranger arena and how it goes back generations, not just the current Walker Texas Ranger, which is kind of interesting. And then Tuesday, October 11th, The Winchesters, which is a prequel to Supernatural. So all you Supernatural fans that are listening and watching, The Winchesters is going to start, and it's going to be the basically a prequel to understanding how and why um, Supernatural came about and how the family got involved in all of that, so that it kind of
Oh,
seams it all together.
did you tell Nikki?
I have told Nikki.
Because
Nikki
she'll.
said, "I'm not sure if I want to watch it or not."
Oh, really?
That's what she said. She goes, "I don't know if I need to know that or not." So I said, "Well, you're not a real fan."
Oh, God. Here we go.
So yeah, that went over really well.
Yeah.
She said, "I've watched it like 18 times." I went, "Okay, well then you really should watch this one too, because they'll tell you why you watched that one 18 times." So anyway, that's kind of a quick rundown. I know we did it very quickly. I know we spent a good portion of time here on your Sunday, and we really appreciate you. But we're excited about the new season. And which shows are you most excited about, Diane?
Oh, gosh. So many. Well, I'm excited tonight to see The Rookie, for sure. I cannot wait for Ghosts. That show cracks me up. I love that show. God, there's so many. I mean, there's even more that we didn't even talk about that I'm looking forward to. I am looking forward to catching up on Big Sky. I
Yeah, we
really,
want to do that.
I don't know how we're going to do it because we're so behind, but we've got to do it.
Well,
So,
and Ghost, I forgot to mention this when we were talking about Ghost.
hmm
One of her relatives actually still lives in the house.
yeah, yeah.
That's one of the ghosts. So one of the person that inherited the house, her great great
It's her
grandmother
great, I think it's her great great aunt or
or
great great.
aunt.
I mean, she's from way back, but
Yeah,
she's in the house. She died in the house, and so she's still there.
yeah, she's still there. We have people from the Civil War that are there. People from the medieval times. We have a Viking that's there.
And
Um,
there's other ghosts on other areas of the house. You
other
only
of the levels.
they're not like on every
Got a
episode. They're
hippie. There's a hippie there.
oh the hippie.
And an
He's all
Indian. You got a Native American.
Native
You have a
American.
Native
Yep.
American there. So yeah, it's kind of cool
And
actually.
he loves
Hip,
to smell. So he's always wanting them to make pizza so I can smell it.
yeah, cook this so I can smell it. Cook that
Yeah.
so I can smell it. Yeah, so yeah, it's you got to watch Ghost if you're not a
Yeah.
fan yet. Please catch up on it because it's going to be something that you really, really, really enjoy. So yeah, I have to say that I'm really excited about each and every one of these things that I talked about. I'm a little iffy about rookie feds. I told you when she came on and they were bragging about she's a rookie, she's a rookie. So you watch them do a kind of an offshoot of that, and here they did.
Well,
Benicio
I'm looking
Nash.
forward to I am looking forward to that. I liked her character a lot. But I know we've been very long, but we do need to sort of do an in memoriam, I guess. Um, they did not renew one of our absolute favorite shows, and I'm so sad. Maggie.
Yeah, they should
You and
have. They
Nikki
should
did a
have.
episode about it, and they did not renew
Yeah.
it. And I want to know who the that idea was. Who, what? What do you want from a show? You had everything in that show.
Somebody had their head up their butt because it was well liked. I mean, I follow. I'm on Twitter a lot. I'm on Instagram a lot, and
Mhm.
there's a huge following on there, and they've kind of lost out on that. Whoever made that decision, you should wake up.
Yes, yes.
And
Oh, Magnum's coming back. Magnum's coming back.
Magnum's
Magnum
coming back.
was saved.
It is saved, so that's coming back too. I did not see the premiere date on the list that I got.
Well, I think they just went back into production
Yeah,
because it took so long to get them back.
so that's going to come back. And Ted Lasso's coming back. The morning show's
That's
coming back. I mean,
yes.
we'll go back and have another show to talk about all the stuff that's on the streaming networks and
So
Apple
yeah,
TV and Disney Plus and all those others that are out there
you're
that are.
asking me what I'm most excited for. It's got to be Ted Lasso.
I think everybody's most excited about Ted Lasso, and
Love, yeah.
he's actually hinting that it may because they won a bunch more Emmys.
Mm-hmm.
There's possibility that they may extend it past what they initially thought they weren't going to extend it. So let's hope so. And we started watching real quick Ryan Reynolds and
Oh yeah,
I forget the other guy's name. He's a comedian that
Matt Blaney. I
Rick
can't think of
Mulvaney.
No, McElhaney is his last name.
McElvaney.
McElhaney.
McElhaney. It sounds like the dance. The Maca doobie doo.
Macarena?
Macarena. Sounds like the Macarena.
What is his name? Oh, I feel so bad. Anyway, he I think he wrote and directed and produced or something. Sunny in Philadelphia, which we never
Yes.
very much.
Yes, he did.
But anyway, they actually bought he and Ryan Reynolds bought a, a soccer team, well, football, European football soccer team in England, and they did a document. They kind of followed them as they bought this team and their season and everything. And we watched a couple episodes. It's actually really good.
Yeah.
I
We.
just kind of keep forgetting about it, but um, they're so good. They're
Yeah.
so good.
I. What the heck was that name of that? Because we started watching it. I mean, we just literally started watching it. So
Yeah.
the audience, you'll have to forgive us.
Welcome to Wrexham.
Well, yeah. Welcome to Wrexham.
What it's called? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And in fact, this was like the first season. It's kind of it's
Yeah.
literally, it's not a sitcom. It's
No.
kind of, it's a documentary. And
Yeah.
it's a documentary about the fact that, they had to get approved and the whole approval process for purchasing or getting involved in and it was a little more complicated because they're both from Canada. And
No. Ryan Reynolds was from Canada, but
so is the other guy.
no, he's not.
Are
He's
you
from
sure?
Philadelphia. That's why he wrote the
Oh,
show
that's
about.
right. Duh. Uh, hey, it's been one of those days.
It's no.
Um,
It's been a very long week.
it's been a very long week. Yes,
Very
it
long.
has. But plus we've been celebrating our anniversary, so it's all good. We had other things on mind, good food and all kinds of good stuff. So, um, yes, there was complications because they had two people from two different countries who were partnering up in order to purchase something in England, and then the management then so they had to get approved. They had to get voters. A whole bunch of people had to vote as to whether or not they wanted them on and in, and they talk about that whole process and how they had to make big decisions that they weren't sure that they needed to make, and were very difficult to make, and because the town that it's in Wexham pretty much supports everybody on the team and
Yeah, and the stadium that they play in is the oldest
football
soccer
stadium.
on the planet.
Yeah,
Like uh, that right there would be nerve wracking to me if you're kind of
yeah.
now in charge of keeping that, going. I mean,
Alive. Yeah,
wow,
it was
wow.
crazy. So anyway, that's pretty good, and that was on, what is that, on Hulu?
I think Hulu. I think it's Hulu.
Oh, Hulu. If that changes, I'll make sure it's in the show notes.
Might be. Oh God, I don't know. There's so many. I don't know.
I say that I'll make sure it's in the show notes, but we
Yeah.
just happened to be flipping through and caught it and went, oh, let's watch this for a second, because
Well, we
there's
also
so
saw the
many things to watch on all the
we.
platforms.
I think why I wanted to watch this because I saw when. Do we know his first name yet? McElhaney. Anyway, he hosted for Jimmy Kimmel while Jimmy Kimmel was on vacation. He hosted like I think two
Yeah,
nights,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
he Reynolds on as a guest, and they started talking about it, and I was like, oh, this sounds good. I like these guys. Let me watch them. So
Rob
Rob
McElhaney,
Rob
McElhaney,
McElhaney, yes.
McElhaney.
That episode, I think it was the first night he hosted Jimmy Kimmel. Um, he went out on the street and had people trying to spell his name, and they didn't even know it was him. Or wait, maybe he had part of the crew doing that. No, I feel like he did it.
He did it.
Um,
It was him himself. He was
he
asking.
did it, and nobody knew who he was,
Well, they
and
knew who he
no,
was. They just know how to pronounce his last name.
they
His
couldn't
last
pronounce.
name is hard to pronounce.
And they were offering money to these people to spell it correctly, and each person that missed it, the pot went up.
It was up to $1,000.
Yeah, I think he ended up winning it himself. I
Yeah,
think they gave it to him.
he just gave it to him.
Yeah.
It's actually on ABC, but we watched it on Hulu.
Okay.
But it's an ABC production.
ABC
So
production.
yeah,
Well,
ABC
and
production, but we watched it on Hulu. So yeah, you guys got to show
welcome to
it. You have to check that out. So it's pretty cool, actually. Anyway, time to run.
Yes.
We have some more celebrating to do for anniversary.
We didn't get any non-alcoholic champagne.
If anybody out there wants to donate any non-alcoholic champagne,
There's a
please
certain brand, what it's called. Sorry.
let me know. And yeah, we're waiting.
I'd like a case of it, please.
Yes, thank you very much. Have a nice day.
All right.
Well, thank you very much for listening. We really appreciate you joining this. I'm sorry that this came in late. Please forgive us. We were enjoying a little bit of our history together for as long as we've been together, and which I very much appreciate you being through the ups and the downs and the goods and the bads. And we're still going very strong, and two wonderful, beautiful, intelligent young ladies for kids. And so thank you very much. And
Thank you.
we thank you all for listening, for watching, and for supporting us. Please don't forget, I always forget to put this out there. If you want, we have an app. It's called One More Thing Before You Go. It's available in the iOS store and on the Google Play Store. It's downloadable for free. Yes, you do have to sign up for an account. The account is free, and your email or any other information is not sold or given away to anybody. It's just so that you can access certain aspects of the app. It does not cost you anything. It's free, and you can take One More Thing Before You Go anywhere that you go, and can watch the videos, can listen to the podcast and everything else. And have some patience if you do download it. The videos are being uploaded slowly because we've just got on this platform, and the videos takes a long time to upload some of them to here. Don't forget to support us. I'll have the links in the show notes. You can buy merchandise that will support One More Thing Before You Go and help us to continue to bring shows each and every week. Look for a new episode every Wednesday of the regular program, and then every Sunday you'll see Diane and I here. So have a great week.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for listening to this episode of One More Thing Before You Go. Check out our website at beforeyougopodcast.com. One More Thing Before You Go, established 2010. All rights reserved.